I always do this to Evan. Like, I'll just come up with some like crazy idea. No, like this straight up, like I'll always come up with just, you know, an extreme idea, right? You know, I'm like, Evan, like, can you make the house like on fire? And he's like, oh, I mean, yeah, I'll try. Like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, let's do it. So we shot it, and then, man, he sent it back, and I could not believe it. It looks so freaking real, dude.
No, it's scary.
So real. It's awesome. It made the video, honestly.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts. So
no,
the creative process was so much fun. It was definitely a challenge, but like in such a good way, you know?
So we can kind of expect music videos and visuals for the other songs in the EP. You kind of just teased that already.
I did a little tease.
Is that a secret?
I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but you know.
I know. Oh man. Okay, so we'll keep an eye out for those. Is there anything that you can tell us about the future music videos that we can expect to see?
I mean, you know, they were all shot at the house, so you'll be able to see like, you know, just the different things that we did to kind of uniquely give each song its moment, but still being at the same place for every single record, you know?
No, that's cool. I'm psyched.
Yeah, and plus we didn't have to spend a bunch of money on like big budgets and stuff, so that's sick. We saved a lot of money on just shooting here at the house, just Evan and I doing it. So,
I love that.
Shouts to Corbin and Jonah for helping out with the videos. Corbin was the projector holder guy, and then in a sad song, he held the projector while we were underwater. And then for another video, Jonah helped as well. But that video will come out here soon. So
man,
yeah. So we had, you know,
those Why Don't We boys. They do it all, right?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They're you know, they're not a one-stop shop. They can do everything. So
I love that. Best roommates.
Yeah,
so one other cool thing about The Kids Are All Right is kind of this parallel with That's All Right, which obviously is one of your like most well-known songs, I would say. It kind of has this like lyric undertone of like perseverance, like and hopefulness, and I think that's really cool. That's like a thread that is kind of woven from one EP to the next.
Yeah, I honestly I didn't even think about that until I saw this comment on the YouTube on the video, and
yeah,
it was like, man, he really likes the word all right. I was like, damn, I didn't even think about it. But that's
my gosh,
funny, you know. But yeah, no, like it's crazy how both of the songs have a similar message of just like keeping positivity and keep pushing forward, you know, no matter what is going on, and just saying like how important that is to, you know, keep a positive mindset. You know, but at the end of the day, like you're not going to be positive all the time, because that's not realistic. That's not what the real world's like. But what you can do is try and stay positive as much as you can, and find the joy in every type of situation. And you know, that's just my personality. Like I always try and find the positive in anything. So yeah, it's really cool how it kind of, you know, parallels the two projects, you know, and it kind of comes together, because we dropped That's All Right like 2 years ago. So that's, you know, it's really cool how that, it's just like a subconscious thing. Like, you know, it just happened. It's funny.
For sure. I love that you say that it's kind of just like this subconscious expression of your personality and kind of your outlook on life, because man, like I talk to a lot of artists, you know, in this job, some who are at the top of their game, some who are up and coming, new and emerging. And the one thing that I've learned is that nobody is an overnight success. Like even the people that you think just kind of like snap and have a #1 hit or whatever, like every single person works so hard. And I think that you are such an amazing reflection of that. Like people might not even know, but there have been so many ups and downs. You've been at this for like 10 years now, busting your butt.
Long time. Yeah.
And like, I think purely like at the end of the day, I mean, now, like you said, you're signed to Atlantic, you're pushing out this music that you're really, really passionate about. And it's kind of like this amazing story that has this happy ending. And I love to see it. I think that it's well-deserved. What have you learned along the way? I mean, those 10 years, man, like that's a roller coaster ride. And, you know, purely at the end of the day, it comes down to talent and, like we said, drive and perseverance and all these things that kind of have gotten you to where you are today.
One thing that I've learned is that patience is everything. If you are, you know, if you're wanting to get into music and do this like legit, like really go for it, you know, you have to be in a mental place for things to not happen.
Okay.
You have to, or else you'll quit. You'll quit if you, because the amount of times that you are told no, and the amount of time plans fall through, things don't happen, it's not on your mental timeline that you thought
For
things
sure.
were going to go down. Like, I wanted this EP to be out sooner, but obviously there was a lot of Corona, obviously we pushed it for the Black Lives
Yeah.
Matters movement, because that's very important, that, much more important than my project,
Yeah.
But things change, and you have to be able to adapt. If you're not the type of person that can adapt to any situation, then you will not thrive in this business, because it's such a go with the flow type thing.
Yeah.
And if you're a type of person that needs like super structure, that it's very difficult. So you just have to be in a mindset of, just patience is a virtue. Be patient, because it'll eventually happen. And it's a marathon and not a sprint. Like, Lizzo dropped her freaking album. It didn't get big until 2 years later.
It's insane.
So imagine being her and like dropping a project 2 years before, nothing happens to it, and then 2 years later, it is the #1 project in the whole world. You know what I mean? Like, she could have been like, oh, I don't know, maybe music's not my thing. I don't know like what her mindset is, but that's just an example of how crazy things can get, and how unpredictable like the industry is. So just in hard work, like, you just have to work on your craft.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely put in the work and continue to every day. It's so important. And of course there are times where I'm very like, just feel like, oh man, things are not happening, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I love, and that's the most important thing. And if you love something, then it doesn't feel like work, and this doesn't feel like work. Like, this is just, I don't know. It's what I love. It's my passion. It's my passion and my joy. And, patience. That's, if you want to do it, patience, and you just got to work. You have to outwork everybody. Like, if somebody, you have to outwork everybody like that. It's that Mamba mentality. Like, yes, Kobe, but that's it's true. You just have to outwork everybody.
Yeah, no, I think that's so important, and I think it is so true. Like, Lizzo is such a good example of that. And we talk about your past and how you got to where you are today. A lot of that does come from patience and being, adjusting your mindset and doing all of those things. And you've grown so much, evolved so much in that kind of like 10-year span there. Let's talk about the future a little bit. Like, do you have a career bucket list? Give me like 5 things that you hope to accomplish, say, in the next 10 years.
So I actually have like a my goals like thing in my room. Yeah. So one of them is to place Billboard Top 100. That is like a dream of mine. Go on my own headlining tour, which I was supposed to do this summer, but obviously the Rona came through and shut that down completely.
All right, it will come. It will come.
Yeah, it'll happen. But go on my own headlining tour. Those are just a few of the things, because like a lot of the, one of them was to get signed by a major label, and I achieved that last year. And just building myself up more, growing a lot more in my production. I really want to start placing records as a producer and not even as a writer, just because I produce and make music as well. And that's one of my things. I really want to make some big placements, like for some big artists, like with my production and everything. And that's definitely a dream of mine too. So I'm just constantly working on that and strategizing to achieve those goals in the right way.
All right, well, got a lot of time ahead of you.
Yeah, we got time.
It's a marathon. It's a marathon,
not a sprint, y'all. It is a marathon. If you think it's a sprint, you'll give up.
I'm excited for all of those things that I'm sure you will accomplish at some point. Excited to see it all happen. We put a story up earlier today asking people if they had any questions for you. We got a ton of responses.
Yeah.
And one question that we got probably 1,000,000 times was, people wanted to know if you'll ever collab with Why Don't We? Obviously, those guys are like family to you. You live with a couple of them. You've been touring with them for years. Could you see a collaboration ever in the future, an EBEN Wide Awake?
100%. 100%. I can't give any, I mean, we've written so much music together, you know, not necessarily like for a Why Don't We EBEN collab, but just, you know, me and Jonah, me, Dan, like me and Corbin, like we all write together, you know, and make music and everything. So that is definitely something that could happen one day. 100%.
Okay. I think everyone will be excited to hear that. The other question, not music related, that we got so many times.
Okay. What is it?
EBEN, everybody wants to know when the next episode of Dak and Brody is coming out.
Okay.
This series is literally crazy. The only reason why I knew that you shot the music videos in your house is because I've seen it on Dak and Brody. Can you even, like, where did this show come from? Where did the idea come from? And when can everyone expect season 2? I mean, well, season 2's out. The next episode.
Season 2's out. We are just being very cautious of when to drop another episode. It needs to be an appropriate time, and just right now it is not an appropriate time, we feel. You know, there are a lot more important things that need to have the spotlight, and Dak and Brody is not one of them right now. You know, there will be more episodes. Like, we have episodes. It's just we want to do it. We want to do it the right way. And you know, that's it, it's most important to give the proper things that need the attention. So that is, yes, we will be dropping stuff soon, but we're, you know, we just want to be respectful to everything going on.
Are you introducing new characters at any point?
Yes, we are. Oh yeah, 100%. We have a whole, I'm not saying anything because it's going to be hilarious and very special, but you know, you'll have some, there will definitely be some, you know, different cameos popping through into Dak and Brody. 100%.
Okay. That's so exciting. I can't wait.
So Dak and Brody is alive and well, everybody. You know, we're just being smart about it. So.
All right. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am going to go ahead and pull a fan question or two for you from, oh, these are good. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's literally so many. Okay. Underscore limelight. Why don't we wants to know what song took the longest to make on the EP?
Bad Drug. For sure.
Okay.
Not because it was like difficult, but just there were so many creative ideas, and we had to explore all of them. So yeah, for sure, Bad Drug.
Okay, cool. And then we kind of touched on this a little bit, talking about kind of your growth over the years and kind of what this EP really means to you. But you should ask him the inspiration behind your music and behind your music in general. Like, is there, at the end of the day, something that you hope your fans take away from those songs?
Yeah, I mean, well, one, you know, I hope the fans can relate to each song in their own way, right? Like, I obviously wrote it, you know, just from my own personal experiences, but tried to make it in a way where it was, you know, you can relate to it in whatever type of situation it is. You know what I mean? Each person can interpret the records in their own way to relate to what's going on in their own personal life. But yeah, I mean, all the songs that I write come from personal experiences, you know, even songs that I take in art. There are songs on the EP, you know, that I wasn't a part of writing, but if I do take a song and, you know, make it mine, I want to be able to relate to it at such a personal way that even if I didn't write the record, I feel like I did. For sure. You know, and that's very important to me because, you know, I don't want to drop a song that I didn't write and that I don't love and can't connect to. You know what I mean? Because then what's the point of dropping the record? Like, there's no point. And fans can see that. They can see that it's fake, you know? So that's one, and that was the whole undertone of this project. It has to be so real to me that, you know, it's my life. And so, you know, and I hope people can interpret the records in their own way, you know, for their life and what's going on with them. So.
All right. This is the last question of the day.
All right.
I think it's a good one to end on. I don't want to
All
be
right.
too greedy because we just got an EP today. We just got a new video today. But Beach and Soccer 3 wants to know if you have any plans to release an album at any time.
An album is in the works. I cannot give any dates because I want to drop some other things before I drop the album.
Yeah.
Because there's just creative directions that I've gone in that I haven't released yet, you know? So it's like I don't want to drop an album and then there be something left field that the fans haven't heard and then be like, whoa, Eben's changed, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, yeah, I have changed, but I want to, you know, kind of give them a hint to where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a few things that I want to drop before I drop an album. But yes, the album is on the way, 100%.
Ooh, okay. You've given us a lot. You've given us a lot of teasers today.
Dude,
I know.
So I
much
probably
to look
gave you too much teasers. I'm going to get a call and they're going to be like, yo, you're giving away all the stuff.
I know you're going to get in trouble.
Nah, I don't get in trouble. Not at all.
Eben, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I'm so pumped about Honeydew. It is so good. It's been, like I said, all of your accomplishments, all the accolades are so well deserved, and I love just kind of seeing you kind of take off here. The EP is fire. Like I said, I've been listening to it all day. I'm gonna listen to it all week, keeping it playing. And thank you again for hanging out, chatting, catching up, and like I said, I'm pumped for everything that's to come.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you all so much. Like you guys have been having my back for years now, so thank you so much. And tell everybody at Tiger Beat that I love them dearly, and you know, just thank you all for the love and support. It really means a lot. So
I will. The love is mutual.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good rest of your day. Bye. Happy Eben Day.
Yes, happy Eben Day, everybody. Love you guys. Bye.